Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 sound-alike voices in music. For this list, we'll be looking at 10 vocalists who sound eerily similar to each other. We'll be ranking our picks based on how similar the respective artists sound to each other and for the critical attention, both positive and negative, their similar voices may have earned. Are there any vocal twinsies we missed? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Ja Rule and DMX. Ja Rule and DMX easily have two of the most distinguishable voices in rap history. Unfortunately, they're only distinguishable from everybody else.
And I'm just outside of Jersey, past the Palisades.
Both have very growly, raspy voices and rapping styles, and it's understandable if casual rap listeners get them confused.
Oh, you think it's funny? Then you don't know me, money.
If we have to point fingers, Ja Rule may have modeled his style after DMX's, as DMX commercially peaked in the late 90s and Ja Rule in the early 2000s. Their similar style even caught the attention of Eminem, who took notice of the uncanny resemblance between the two in the song Bump Heads.
That X got him thinking he was DMX.
Number 9. ZARA, LARSSON, and RIHANNA. With every successful pop artist, there's bound to be another who replicates their style, either inadvertently or intentionally.
You have my heart, and we'll never be worlds apart.
Such is the case with Rihanna and ZARA LARSSON. Rihanna had one of the most unique voices in pop music. That is, until ZARA LARSSON came along. LARSSON released a song called Lush Life in June of 2015, and many people thought that it was a new Rihanna single.
No tricks, no bluff. I'm just better off without them cuffs.
Imagine their surprise when they discovered that it was actually a 17-year-old from Sweden. LARSSON has stated that even her mother thinks she sounds like Rihanna, although she apparently doesn't hear it. She must be the only one.
Now I found another crush, a lush life giving me a rush.
Number 8. Chris Brown and Jason Derulo. At this point, we're not convinced that Chris Brown and Jason Derulo are different people.
I know I should have treated you better, but me and you were meant to last forever.
There's no denying that they look similar, have a comparable fashion sense, create the same style of music, and they both sound exactly alike.
I don't need money, I don't need cars.
Is there some sort of conspiracy we're not aware of or something? Both Brown and Derulo have very similar high-pitched and mumbly singing voices, and both sing in the same emotional swooning R&B style. Of course, not every song of theirs sounds exactly alike, but there's no denying the similarities. Close your eyes, pick a song at random, and try guessing.
'Cause when the roof caved in and the truth came out, I just didn't know what to do. But when I become a star.
Number 7. MIKA and Freddie Mercury. It's controversial, but like the comparison or not, there's no denying that MIKA sounds an awful lot like the patron saint of rock and roll mustaches, Freddie Mercury.
I want to break free. I want to break free.
Both have the same dramatic, grandiose, and stadium-rousing sound to their voices, and both tend to accentuate their voices in a similar theatrical manner.
So I tried a little Freddie. I've got an entity mind.
Mika's Grace Kelly is arguably the greatest example, as the song itself sounds like it could have been a Queen tune once upon a time. MIKA even states in the song that he tried a little Freddie, an obvious nod to their similar voices. Number 6. Emeli Sandé and Beyoncé. No one can even compare to Queen Bee, but Emeli Sandé comes pretty darn close. Sandé and Beyoncé, aside from having similar sounding names, have very comparable, powerful R&B voices and singing styles, which is certainly a compliment for Sandé because very few people can sing and entertain like Beyoncé. Sandé was even asked to cover Beyoncé's Crazy in Love for the Great Gatsby soundtrack by none other than Beyoncé's husband, Jay-Z. It's no wonder why he chose her to cover one of his wife's greatest songs. They sound almost exactly alike.
Looking so crazy in love, got me looking so crazy in love.
Number 5. Vanessa Carlton and Michelle Branch. We guarantee you that more than a few confused Vanessa Carlton and Michelle Branch.
'Cause you're everywhere to me.
Like Chris Brown and Jason Derulo, Carlton and Branch are basically the same person. They look almost exactly alike. They make the same kind of radio-friendly pop music, and their high-pitched, somewhat nasally voices are nearly interchangeable.
You know I'd walk 1,000 miles.
Their big songs, 1,000 Miles and Everywhere respectively, are very similar in terms of tone and vocal style. And wouldn't you know it, they were released within 8 months of each other. Seriously, are they the same person? Number 4. Jessie J and Katy Perry. Jessie J has a unique voice in her R&B inflected tunes, but when she ventures into pure pop territory, she turns into Katy Perry.
We just wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag.
It's not like Katy Perry has the most distinct voice in the world, but when you put Jessie and Perry side by side, the difference borders on non-existent.
If you only knew what the future holds.
For example, Jessie's hit song Domino could have easily passed as a Katy Perry single circa Teenage Dream.
Every second is a highlight.
Both have very clear and commanding voices, and both have very similar inflections, particularly those echoey O's. Katy Perry commanded the Hot 100 with Teenage Dream, and Domino was released amid its success. Coincidence? Almost certainly not.
Dancing in the moonlight. Take me down like I'm a domino.
Number 3. Brendan Urie and Patrick Stump. Think that all emo music all sounds the same? This is probably Exhibit A for you.
I chime in with a haven't you people ever heard of closing a damn door, no?
Both Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy were very popular in the mid-2000s, and both helped bring emo music to the mainstream. To further confuse casual listeners, Urie and Stump's voices sound exactly the same.
Going down, around, and sugar will going down swinging.
For example, Panic's breakout single, I Write Sins Not Tragedies, could easily pass for a mid-2000s Fall Out Boy song. To further complicate matters, Panic was signed to Pete Wentz and Patrick Stump's Decadence Records, effectively blending the two bands into one pop emo powerhouse.
It's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of voice and rationality.
Number 2. Kevin Parker and John Lennon. Tame Impala is a psychedelic rock band that is heavily influenced by the Beatles. So much so that founding member Kevin Parker could be a dead ringer for John Lennon. While Tame Impala haven't reached Beatlemania levels, they have taken many cues from the Beatles' late 60s releases like Sgt. Pepper's and Magical Mystery Tour.
'Cause I'm going to Strawberry Fields.
Songs like Elephant and Feels Like We Only Go Backwards could easily be Beatles songs, based not only on the instrumentation, but also Parker's extremely Lennon-esque vocals. If you ever sought out possible missing Beatles songs, just listen to Tame Impala. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Action Bronson and Ghostface KILLAH. The Wu-Tang Clan rapper once said he thought a Bronson song was one of his own.
I kiss my mother on the cheek, tell her that I love her. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, I got it covered.
Brothers try to pass me, but none can match me. No girl can freak me, I'm just too nasty.
Charlie XCX and Gwen Stefani. There's no doubt that Charlie has taken some cues from Gwen.
Sound of my heart, the beat goes on and on and on and on. A few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. 'Cause ain't no holler back, girl.
Ian Thornley and Chris Cornell. If anyone could front a Soundgarden tribute band, it's Thornley.
Black hole sun, won't you come?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Matt Bellamy and Thom Yorke. While Muse has strayed away from their Radiohead-influenced sound as of late, there once was a time when they sounded exactly like Thom Yorke and company. Their debut album Showbiz was criticized for sounding too much like Radiohead, as the instrumentation, dark tone, and Matt Bellamy's vocals all sounded identical to their influence. Bellamy tended to match Yorke's inflections almost exactly, particularly his extreme vocal range and somewhat mumbled and quiet delivery. There's no denying that Bellamy went a little too far in the trying to replicate Thom Yorke direction, a direction that many alt-rock bands were going in the late 90s. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.